Hello, everybody, and welcome to another talk here. So we're going to work on improvisation and putting lines together and trying to work through changes. So there's a little bit of a temptation, you might say, to let the chords themselves and the progressions shape exactly what you do. But if we can kind of work independent of that, I think we can vary the sounds that we make a bit. So that's our topic for today. So I'll start out by playing a little bit, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so playing through there, just thinking a little bit about maybe even just being aware of where to start and where to finish. So if you say, for example, we have the A flat, so we're working with falling grace here. So let's say we have the A flat major 7 and this D7 to the G minor. Now, if we are thinking in terms of the number of bars we're using for a phrase, then it may be fairly natural to put something together that falls and it starts on A flat and ends on G minor. So okay, but we could also maybe make a shorter phrase and say, okay, maybe we'll do a 3-bar phrase, and then we'll pick up maybe a little bit later there. Right, so then we kind of ending on the dominant 7. So when we practice progressions like 5, 1, 2, 5, we kind of have this tendency to, of course, land on the 1. But when it comes to playing, in a certain progression, then we might want to end a phrase on a dominant 7th chord, or something along those lines, or a predominant chord, and just kind of free things up So we can play in several different spots there. All right. All right, so we'll all right, so we'll talk a little bit on kind of how that might fit together and how we might kind of achieve that goal there. All right, so we have the progression moving from the A flat to the D7, really over F sharp here, and going to the G minor. We have this 2, 5, 1 in E flat, and then a 5, 1 to G minor. Okay, so there's a spot where, we can find maybe some agility and to be able to phrase from one spot to the next. And maybe rather than playing, so the kind of the point here is rather than playing and then playing, maybe make it one continuous line, or maybe even just decide to end the phrase on the D7. Okay, and then maybe be able to phrase from G minor on like that. Okay, maybe kind of leave things up in the air. So let's experiment with that a little bit and play. Maybe I'll slow down the tempo a little bit. Okay, so a couple of techniques using there. Maybe I'll kind of back through the um, the progression of things. So um, I was working at playing ahead of the change, right? So if we could do that, we kind of add a little tension to it. So um, we can play the change that comes up, and it's going to have this tension with the current chord because it's not fitting with it necessarily, and that kind of propels it forward and then ends up resolving in a sense on the next chord. Now we can also take chords and kind of have tones, let's say, resolve on or play tones that are not feeling completely resolved. So 9 is a nice choice. It's not going to be particularly dissonant, but um, it's going to sit a little bit outside, right? So 11s and 13s, um, and kind of just about anything. So thinking here about sort of the independence of when to land on something, when to end a phrase, when to maybe not play, um, all that. So let's see if we could pull up the lead sheet here. A minute, if all goes well, all goes to plan. So this is a podcast as well as a live stream video available for replay on the YouTube channel, um, youtube.com/fretprints. So we have that. So if you're kind of into the podcast, I am making it an effort to make it very audio only friendly, though. So hopefully you can get full enjoyment out of listening to the podcast. But also, if you're a member and you're listening to the podcast both, then you can say, "Oh, that's a moment I want to go check out what was on the screen there at that moment in time." Let's see. All right, so let's bring this out here. Okay, so we can let's say target certain moments in the tune, right? Let's say, oh, maybe we want to um, maybe land here or something, and then maybe start playing again here, and end over here. Starting, ending these phrases, and thinking about these different spots where we might start and stop our phrase. Right. So let's say we start and we start end here. A few short phrases, and we'll go just through one section. So you might even deliberately kind of challenge yourself to start and end on spots that might feel a little unresolved or something like that, as far as the harmony goes. So let's say we started here and right there. So I'll play through a little bit and see if we can make this a little bit smaller. See if we kind of identify and some of those spots. So challenge ourselves to start and end our phrases in specific moments. So there we came up with a little bit of a let's see if I can mark in that section where it ended. So there, wow, we created, a specific moments where we started and ended our phrases, and I didn't mark any specific beats, although you could do that too. But just let's say halfway through the measure or towards the end of the measure. So let's see if we can come in with a kind of another scheme here for the B section. All right, so let's say we start here on second bar there, and we kind of want to deliberately make this just a little challenging to kind of break us out of our comfort zones. We might say, oh, I know how to do a certain thing and a certain harmony and connect those things. So kind of try to maybe break out of that a little bit. Let's say we make a real short phrase. So, and when the chords change, every 2 beats or every beat, if you're in twos, then it's kind of tempting to just kind of play continuous through those, I find anyway. All right, so let's say we're playing through that. So I'm going to back it up just a little bit before, so we get a bit of a count in here. So two bars before. So let me do that again, because I didn't have the lead sheet up that time. Okay, so yeah, those start and end points. That's where we're gonna move our phrases. So we'll start from the same spot, two measures before the B section. So that's a lot of fun, just kind of finding these particular starting and ending spots, right, to begin and end your phrase. And in that instance, we're just really staying kind of right with very consonant tones there, very clearly kind of outlining the chord changes there. Okay, so let's play a little bit on it and see how it goes. I might speed it up a little. And let's see, good. Guitar neck kind of close-ups here. Right, so I'm mainly going to think about when I'm starting phrases, when I'm ending phrases. And I'm going to clear all this out so that if I can, there is a way to do that all at once. There we go. All right, so we'll play a little bit over it, and I'll give it we'll give a little bit of a practical sense of how this might work in general. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for checking out this live stream. And let me know if you have any questions and all that. So we are going to call it a day here for today. I hope to come out with a skill builder video later this evening for us. So thanks for checking this out again, and I will see you all in the next one.